was in that one. Yes, you are. So, Bailey, most recently we took the airship up to, while you stayed behind at Hoda's. Or no, you just stayed in the ship in general, but we went up to a mountain. We...
At the airship to sleep. Oh, no, she...
I think that Hollis took a nap on the airship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Hollis guarded the airship by sleeping on it.
Right. So we were at the top of this mountain. I was talking to some yaks. This giant rock bird comes and takes one of the yaks, and so we work with the yaks to follow it up the mountain. We run into some goblins who Dr. Glade tricks into letting us go on the promise that he is a famous chef and will cook the rock for him, much to Galaris's worry. They go up to further up the mountain. They run into we ran into griffins and harpies, right? No, griffins and maybe just griffins.
Yeah,
ran into some griffins. Yeah, who were about to kill this dude. We saved him, but he was too injured to move, so we took some griffin... Oh, we got a griffin heart, which is, like, pretty powerful. And made it up to the rock nest, hung out until the rock left. There was an egg there. We all took we all took a few rock feathers that we felt like we could carry easily. They're about the size of a sword and shield. And then it started to storm, and the goblins were expecting us to bring them rock meat, and so we decided to try to avoid them, and the only way to avoid them was to outrace the storm by going down the hill, going down the mountain the other side, and the guy we saved from the griffins drowned, most likely, so he's dead. Goblins are still out for us. We are making our way down the mountain. We rent horses from someone because we need to ride back towards the airship. And upon our trek from this horse rental town to our airship, we come upon a bad highwayman who we aim to train into being a better highwayman. He offers us dinner, which turns out poisoned, and we fall asleep, and he steals all three of our horses. It's all a trick. And we stumble towards the nearest town and find the sheriff. Maybe we slept for a little while first. Oh yeah, we slept for a little while first at the Fiery Rose.
Well, there were some other things that went on before we slept, though, wasn't there? At the Fiery Rose.
Yes. At the Fiery Rose, we were offered the unicorn room, which included a unicorn, and Galaris was very excited to meet
3 unicorns.
The unicorn, and ended up ordering 2 more later. In Fiery Rose, which is a brothel, brings in a fake unicorn, much to everyone's dismay. And Galaris aims to free the unicorns at some point, which turn out to be horses that have been strapped with marital aids. And we sleep through the night next to the fake unicorns. The next morning, we seek out the sheriff, both to report the extreme criminal who is abusing horses and promising false unicorns, and to let him know of the highwayman. From there, the sheriff introduces us to someone with an airship, the goblins, we forgot to mention, around the griffins, we found a bunch of gold. They were guarding a treasure or something. And pay the airshipman to take us back to Hoda at the airship, our original airship, which we travel back to Hoda's place at the edge of Ruingale's forest. Hoda continues to guard the airship while we weave our way into Gluengale's graces. We exchange the rock feather with him, and he does a Wickerman midsummer type festival or type ceremony, which begins to open. I don't remember if that one. He is both like starting to seal off the forest and move it away from Padme, and open a portal to the god we are seeking out, whose name I have is in my notes. It says El Marte, but I don't think that's correct.
That's not correct.
The realm of Anu.
Is Anu the god's name?
Anu, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Gluengale has told us that he will not, seal the portal and leave with the forest until we return, or we die.
I see. Seems
That was a
about
brilliant recap.
Yeah.
Damn, that was an eventful 2 sessions.
It was last session was like really funny. It was the comedy episode.
Yeah.
We got tricked. We almost got tricked again. We were just running all over like the Three Stooges. It's fun.
But now it's time to get serious. Tip Top Simulator is open, by the way.
Let's get down.
Oh, okay.
Connect.
What's the server password again?
Typewriter.
Typewriter.
Is that from Alice in Wonderland?
No, it's simply the longest word that you can type at the upper row of your keyboard, and when I set the password, the middle row of my keyboard was broken.
There you go.
Oh.
There's some strange noises coming out of that speaker.
I'm slurping my tea. I also hear water dripping.
I hope someone doesn't have a leak. I think we're all in. We are all in.
Yep.
We're brilliant. You find yourselves running into the forest. The steady beat of drums drives you ever further, ever deeper. And as you run, the whimsy and the elegance of Gluengale's domain is left behind. And the forest begins to change again. But it doesn't change back behind. And the forest begins, and undergrowth that you've come to recognize, the trees grow larger, stranger, deeper you go. Unrecognizable species line your path, and the undergrowth blossoms with ferns, and moss, and grass lusher than you've ever seen. Occasionally, a bird will take wing overhead, or a small animal will be disturbed as you crash through the brush. All creatures you've never seen before. The temperature plummets, the air is considerably more chilly here, and your breath emerges from your mouths in plumes of hot condensation. And you slow as you take in your strange surroundings in a small meadow with a felled tree, and you have the unmistakable feeling that you're being watched.
Gentlemen, I feel like we're being watched.
Yes,
And Hoda.
it's unmistakable.
Welcome back, Hoda. How did you get into the forest so quickly with us? I know you've been napping on the ship.
Well, first of all, dearie, my name is Hollis. It should serve you well to remember. And,
I'm
you know-
sorry. I get old people confused, even when they're different species.
Oh, that's quite all right, dearie. Well, I hustled. It's something people of my generation know how to do.
I'm glad you're here.
No, thank you, dearie. Does anyone else feel like we're being watched? I know you brought it up, but I really can't shake the feeling.
Can
Yes,
Galaris do a, I don't know, use his ranger skills to survey the...
He can. He can make a perception check. How about that?
16.
16. With a 16, Galaris sees something moving in the shadows, flitting between the trees.
Galaris crouches down to get a better look and follow it with his eyes.
What have you seen, Galaris?
What do your elf eyes see?
Is it dark in here, Alex? Is it nighttime?
It's sort of a... You wouldn't really be able to tell what time of day it was. It's day, but you don't know which time, only because the canopy of the forest is so thick that it's sort of this perma-twilight down below.
Galaris creeps forward to investigate it further, and he's using his elf dark sight to hone in on the...
Why don't you make a survival check?
24.
You survive. The end. You see
Very well done.
footprints in the duff on the ground, the detritus on the ground of the forest floor, and from their size and gait, as you space out the distance between them, you realize that you're dealing with someone who is moving very quickly and who's probably about 10 feet tall.
There's a very fast giant in the trees. I can see their large steps.
Dr. Glade would like to... I think he will take this opportunity to stealthily use his feline agility skill and climb a tree to try and perhaps get the upper hand, if needed, on anything that's coming our way.
Brilliant, yes. You nimbly dash up a tree. I'll let you decide which tree you've dashed up.
Oh, it's got to be this one over here. Can I pick up? How do I pick myself up? There we go. It's got to be
The big fucker.
this one.
Brill. Yeah, you dash your way up the tree, and you've got a bird's eye view or a cat's eye view over the scene below. Phelan, make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. An 8.
An 8. With an 8, you find yourself the target of a rather unfortunate attack. An arrow pierces your shoulder, and you take 7 points of damage. Inspecting it, you find a very crude arrow with a hand-carved obsidian arrowhead. And you begin to hear all around all of you, in a almost a circle around you. Every so often, animals begin to howl and bay.
Can Dr. Glade get a better view of what what we're facing here from his
Why don't you make
vantage
a
point?
perception check, Dr. Glade? Take
Okay.
it with advantage from your,
Okay.
your vantage point.
Thank you. Perception. That is 13.
With a 13, you manage to make out the figure. 13 with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh dear. But with a 13, you manage to make out the figure, a hunched figure, crouched behind a nearby tree.
I'm gonna go into my shell.
Great. See you later.
I just woke up. This is.
That's the most
There's a lot
intelligent
to
thing
be
we've done so far. I'd like to. Dr. Glade has never done anything like this. It'll probably make no sense whatsoever. But he's going to start doing hand gestures, sign language to try and warn Thalen and Galaris that there's someone crouching over there. He nips his nose, flicks it once, drums on it twice, and then points in that direction. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Considering you haven't set up a predetermined code for any of it, Thalen and Galaris, yes. Sorry, I got your G's mixed up for the other two. Thalen and Galaris, you watch Dr. Glade sort of smack himself in the face oddly a few times. What do you do?
We
Looks at
get
Atrium, Arium. No, it's not time for dinner. We're doing things, Dr. Glade. We gotta finish this, and then we can go back and have some more beans.
I'm
Brilliant.
the hand gestures that Dr. Glade's making is distracting me from the pain of the arrow in my shoulder. But other than that, there's no real benefit.
Oh dear. Galaris, make a dexterity saving throw. I can hear you sound like you're at the bottom of a pillow.
I'll fix that in just a second, but I got a 9.
A 9. With a 9, you find your thigh pierced by a similarly crude arrow. You take 6 points of damage.
Can I make a perception check to just like be ready to like spring out of my shell just as soon as I hear somebody like nearby?
Sure. You don't... Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Cool. Ooh, 19 plus... Where is that thing? Perception 2 plus 2, 21.
With a 21, you can see what Dr. Glade sees from the ground level. Which
Oh no, I'm still inside my shell. I'm just trying to hear.
you are. So then,
Yeah.
then you can't make a perception check, can you?
Oh, I was just like if I hear somebody nearby.
Oh, I see you're using all these other senses. Fine. Yes, you can. You hear nothing, but your ears are the holes in the side of your head where your ears are meant to be. You're a turtle, after all.
I'm just waiting. To when I hear somebody nearby, I'm gonna spring out.
You are ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Well, Thalen turns to Galaris and says, "These arrows are annoying, aren't they? We should try and find the source."
If you get stabbed by enough of them, you might triangulate its position.
Did you say arrows out there, dearie?
Arrows, yes. They're very crude, but they're quite painful.
Hollis, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, a dexterity saving throw?
Last one.
Shit. I have disadvantage on those whenever I'm in my shell.
Oh well, oh well. Consequences.
Okay, so the lower one would be 7 plus 2, 9.
With a 9, the whatever remains of your exposed flesh, your tail perhaps, takes an arrow to it.
Oh shit.
And you take
I'm getting out of this damn shell then.
8 points of damage.
Oh, that ignores armor class. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I am springing out of this shell immediately.
Boing!
D&D's gonna make me better at math. Watch this shit, right? Then I'm gonna make a quick perception check to just scan the area.
Yep.
I got
go ahead.
19.
Yep, you see what Dr. Glade sees, or saw, which is a shadowy figure lurking behind a nearby tree.
I point to it and I say, "There, over there."
Can Dr. Glade nimbly leap through the trees like some manga ninja and get
Naruto jumping from tree to tree.
nimbly bimble,
Nimble bimble.
try to make my way over silently above.
Yeah, I think you can. Take your normal movement, 30 feet, but yeah.
What would you like? You'd like me to roll anything? I'm
No,
trying to
no,
do
I
this
think
silently.
You're a cat. Make a stealth check to see how
Yeah.
quietly you do it. How about
Okay,
that?
okay, yeah. So,
I'm going to not stealthily at all run towards the motherfucker.
Brilliant. Yeah, great.
15 on my stealth check.
Yeah, you get to. Let me do this. How do I do the ping thing? You get to over here. Yeah, that's about right. This is about where you get to. But
This
in
tree.
the tree.
Oh.
Hollis, you make it to about the fallen tree. From where you are. So. About there. As you decide to just rush the motherfucker, and seeing your advance, the motherfucker also decides to make himself known, and steps out from his hiding place into the open, the clearing that you're in, and 10 feet tall. The figure you see is humanoid, but an ancient one. A prominent brow sits over deep-set eyes and a large nose. Scraggy dark hair hangs down from either side of his face, which is topped by a cave bear's skull. And he is adorned in an outfit of patchwork furs and skins, almost none of which you recognize. In his hand is a longbow, and at his back a quiver of arrows and a spear. It is Anu, ancient god of the hunt. Everybody roll initiative!
I was gonna say, I was like, that sounds a little more fearsome than I expected.
Oh!
was
8
just gonna be
for
some-
Dr. Glade.
Turtle lady.
Yes, archer. I got 11 for Hollis.
15 for Phelan.
How many, sorry?
15.
Gularis. Gularis. 11, he said. Fine. Yes, I see. Dr. Glade.
8.
Okay. First in the order is Anu. With a twist and a whirl of furs, this shaggy-haired man falls to the ground and forms himself into a huge saber-toothed tiger with wicked and razor-sharp fangs. And right in front of this tiger is none other than our friend Hollis. Hollis, the tiger is going to leap a great bound over to you, and is going to attempt to chomp down on your crunchy little shell with its mighty jaws. And that's going to be a 14 plus 6, dirty 20 hit.
And that's against what, my armor class,
Your armor
right?
class, that's right.
My armor class is 17.
So that's a no-go, I'm afraid. You shall take some damage. You will take 12 points of damage as it gives you a great big crunch on your shell. Next in the order is Thalen.
So Thalen is.
Oh, sorry,
You've only
Thalen. I
got-
apologize. Hollis has one more thing to do. And that
Okay.
is to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. That's gonna be 9 plus 12.
12. With a 12, you are knocked prone as the tiger pounces upon you. And you are going to... And now it's Thalen's turn. Thalen.
Okay, so I'm going to get my longbow out
Mm-hmm.
and put an arrow in this, or attempt to put an arrow in this annoying pain in the backside.
Get your own back, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got a 23.
That's definitely a hit.
And then I'm rolling. It's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Your arrow sticks itself into the haunch of the saber-toothed tiger. Gularis is next, and if Gentry still has audio issues, we can delay Gularis' turn. We hear Gentry. We'll come back to you. Hollis is next.
No, Dr. Glade?
Dr. Glade is after Hollis.
Oh, sorry, I thought Hollis had been.
No, Hollis got bit.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's see here. I'm gonna. Things are not looking good for little old Hollis.
For old Hollis here.
So I'm going to. Okay, so I'm gonna spend a. Oh wait. Oh, I'm prone, and that takes
Half
what?
your
An
movement.
action or a move?
Half your movement.
Half your movement. Okay, cool. I'm going to take half my movement to stand up, so I still have 20 feet left. I'm going to spend a key point to disengage as a bonus action. Run 20 feet. How far does 20 feet get me away from this guy?
20 feet would get you about here, by this tree. Those are inches. That's close enough, I suppose, actually. That's not bad.
Can I get behind? Most importantly, can I
You can get behind this tree, yeah.
the, my compatriots, the Larson thing?
Oh, no, that would be... That would
Okay,
be
well then,
30
yeah, I'll
feet.
get behind that tree.
Yeah.
Get behind that tree. For my action, I will, you guessed it, get the fuck back in my shell.
Hollis is nothing if not predictable.
Really just get chomped, and I'm like, oh fuck this.
Bye!
Other people are probably more qualified to handle this.
Is Gentry back?
I am back.
Probably more alive right now.
He is. Gentry, what do you do? What does Galaris do?
Galaris asks Hollis how their health is doing overall. That was a big crunch.
I was on mute. Not well, dearie. Although I'm certain it comes out all echoey since the shell, so it's more like, not well, dearie.
Okay, Galaris is going to speak out in Elvish at Anu.
Okay.
And he's going to say, we come to speak with you. I'm so interested to find that this forest is even deeper. He looks to see if Anu can understand it.
There's no recognition on the tiger's face.
Is it a tiger or a saber?
It's a saber-tooth
saber-tooth
tiger.
There we go. Yep, those are tigers. Like the name implies. Galaris casts Speak with Animals and and says what he said in Elvish.
Okay. Let's see here. Can't remember the rules. It doesn't work. Your spell works. You cast your spell, but the tiger is similarly unresponsive.
So it appears, and Galaris called this out to the whole party. It appears this god is feral or unintelligent. He doesn't speak in old language or as an animal. I'm not sure we can reason with him. And from there, he let's see. So I don't get a bonus action. Never mind. That's it. That's the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. Thank you very much. Dr. Glade!
Dr. Glade is going to leap from his tree and try and jump onto the back of the saber-toothed tiger.
Aye, aye. Down you go. You gonna try and ride it?
Yeah.
Nice. Make some kind of check for that.
Acrobatics?
I like that you're trying to lead that. Because
Animal
I know
handling.
how easy are acrobatics. Yeah, go on. Make an acrobatics check, but it's going to be contested by the tiger's dexterity check as well.
Right. Okay. I only got 10. I'm not rolling very good today.
The tiger got a 16, I'm afraid. So you are thrown clear as it bucks you off.
Okay.
About there.
Okay. But as that happens, I'd like to mock. I think is this the form that the great Anu takes I was expecting something a little more elegant from you. A saber-toothed tiger. Not exactly complicated.
Okay. And your ploy is successful in a way, because Anu's attention is now firmly on you.
So
successful depending on who you ask.
Exactly. It's if he was the barbarian tank, then very successful. But as he's a rogue, perhaps less. It's also the tiger's next turn, or next is the tiger's turn. Excuse me. Who is going to pounce upon you and going to it's going to slash at you with his claws for a 23 to hit.
that hits.
That's 13 points of damage there.
Okay, I'll use my uncanny dodge to halve that.
With a mighty scream. Next is Phelan.
Am I still, if I'm firing with Dr. Glade nearby, I'm not endangering Dr. Glade, am I?
Not unless you do really badly.
So I'm gonna carry on with the arrow. I think I might move a little bit closer. Maybe just in front of Hollis by the tree, and then let fly with another arrow. So that's a 24.
That's definitely a hit.
And let's try and do a bit more damage this time. 7.
7 points of damage. Well, more is fine. You're the only one that's actually managed to land a hit. Galaris is next. Galaris is next.
Polaris is strategizing.
Is fetishizing?
Strategizing. Is my audio still? Do I still sound underwater?
No, I just misheard what he said.
Galaris is going to run forward with his javelin drawn. And stand behind the tiger, and ready like a defense move, like if the tactic can. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what action that falls into, but I want to be able to block the ready a move to block the tiger from pouncing on me or swiping at me.
Gotcha. Hollis.
Are you on mute, Bailey?
I see Bailey's dropped out of tabletop.
I wonder if they're...
Hollis is really committing to this in the shell thing.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Hollis in a moment. Dr. Glade.
Okay.
Dr. Glade. So, Gentry, have you moved into melee range, or are you...
You mind what range?
Are you within melee range, or have you stayed further away?
Gentry,
yeah, I'm in melee range.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't move.
That just makes...
I didn't move my...
I get sneak attack if someone else is... So I'm going to do a sneak attack, scalpel.
Nice.
Going for a deep incision. Ooh, 26. Is that, what's that? Is that that's not a natural 20, is it? No, it's a 19. 26.
That's certainly a hit.
17 sneak stroke slashing and 5 piercing, so 22 in total.
Bailey says they've had a power failure, so their internet's crashed.
Oh no.
Oh man. Okay. Well, Hollis can save up some moves in her shell and like. Does D&D have like a hold move? I've had that in other.
Only till the end of a given turn.
Okay.
Hollis isn't going to be able to save up 3 turns in one, but
Okay. That's a weird mechanic in Divinity that I forget how to use.
Bailey says, Hollis got bit and said, quote, actually, napping is better. Cool. So, thank you. Dr. Blake making the sneak attack. Did you roll the damage? I apologize.
Yeah, sorry, didn't 22 in total.
22, thank you. Sorry, I think you said it right as Bailey texted. So,
And then I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage and climb the nearest tree.
up you go. Next in the order is the tiger. The tiger who has been shot or stabbed by Gularis. And who's going to pounce upon him. That's only a 13.
Like on, like trying to knock me down.
Is that a hit?
Counts to like try to knock me down.
Just to slash you with his claws. Is a 13 sufficient,
Okay.
or is that is your armor better than that?
It's right at 13.
That's a hit then, I'm afraid. For 11
So
points.
can I since I readied a like.
You
defense-
did. So why don't you make a counterattack?
Okay. I just like want to like smack its paw with my javelin and like prick it.
Cool.
So it
I'll have
goes
it do its attack with disadvantage then. Okay. The second one was a 15 hit.
Okay, so still hits. Yep.
It does. So that is 11 points of damage, I'm sorry to say. But you tried. And that's what's important. And, 0. Raymond's next.
I think I'm going to continue on the same theme. I can do a bonus action. An action surge.
Yep, you
So I
certainly
can
can.
So my first attack is 17.
Yep. Hit.
And 8 points of damage.
8, you say?
Yep.
Cool.
And my second attack is 21.
Yep.
And that's another 8 points of damage.
Cool, thank you very much. Gularis is next. This is a very porcupine-looking saber-toothed tiger with all of the arrows sticking out of it.
Whose turn is it?
Yours, Gentry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I heard Bailey come back in. I am going to.
Still not with us.
I'm gonna stab the saber-tooth in the mouth with my javelin, like try to go down the throat.
Cool. There they are.
Ah! Okay, can y'all hear me?
I sure can.
Okay, well,
Yes.
I'm not gonna be
Is
able
your
to
power
do...
okay?
No. I'm not gonna be able to do tabletop sim, but like
That's
this will
fine.
work.
Okay,
It's like
we'll describe it to
hurricane weather
you.
over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a bunch of shit fell off our roof. Like the fence almost fell over. Like,
You're having a real go of it.
honestly, that's just kind of a regular Texas storm. But it's been a while since I've seen one.
I'm glad you're okay. So you're just gonna
It's
you'll be
truly
able to
nothing.
hang out in the audio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stab for a 19 attack.
You stab for a 19. That is a hit.
13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. You ram that javelin straight down the open maw of this saber-toothed tiger. And as you do, the tiger staggers back, and Anu is reverted to his human form briefly, panting and screaming in a language that none of you can understand. He whirls and twists again and takes wing as an enormous eagle.
This is a phased boss.
This isn't even my final form.
Oh my god. We got safer Sephiroth.
That's a reference and a half. Next is Hollis. Hollis, you have
Okay. Little bit. I guess I've just heard all of this, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna come out of my shell as a bonus action. How far am I
Step right.
from
Step right.
how far am I from the Eagle Man?
Eagle! On ground, 2-dimensionally, maybe 35 feet, but 3-dimensionally, the eagle is soaring above you now.
Oh, okay, I see.
I see how it is.
Okay. So, okay, I'm right next to this tree, right? So I'm just gonna, oh, well, shit. Yeah, whatever, I'm gonna climb to the top of the tree. Or, well, I guess I'm gonna climb, because it's halved for climb. I'm gonna climb 20 feet up the tree.
Great.
Cool. And then, what is the scene? So Galaris has a javelin through its mouth.
Well, the javelin has been dislodged as the creature remorphed into a new form.
Oh, it's
Galaris
rough.
is panting in the center of the meadow. Thalen is standing at the edge of the tree line with a bow and a very effective method of shooting things with arrows. And Dr. Glade is up a tree somewhere.
Incredible. I'm just gonna use my action to take the dodge action. Yeah, I'm gonna climb up this tree and just be like, if this motherfucker comes for me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That means that our friend Dr. Glade is next.
Trying to figure out, is the bird above the tree? Which tree am I up? Oh, yeah, it is. So if Dr. Glade scrambles to the top of his tree and makes a jump, can he make a grab for the bird?
He could do a leap. Bring the bird down a bit, actually, to be a bit more real. Yeah, try and jump on the bird. Grab it.
Okay. Acrobatics again?
Yeah, that feels pretty acrobatic, if you ask me.
16.
That is, yeah, that's sufficient. You can grab it by the talons.
Okay, there you go. Good.
Says the bird.
I'll get a good grip. And,
It's a grip, man.
And with one hand, I'll reach for my rope in my pack and try to tie one end of it. Start to tangle it around the talons.
Excellent. Is that a? I think that might be a second action, so it might.
Ah, right. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. No.
Sorry.
No. It's okay.
You'll try to see what you can get away with. I know. Phelan's next.
Well, Phelan is amazed that Dr. Glade has so much talent, but is going to carry on with his belligerent arrow throwing. He's not going to hit Dr. Glade, is he? Unless his aim is
Unless his
really
name is
off.
Poor. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I get a 13.
13. That is a hit.
So hit, okay. And another 8 of damage.
8 points of damage.
Oh, I missed a little bit. I dropped out. So what happened? I heard he briefly came into human form or something, and then
Yeah, his animal form was too damaged, so he changed back into his human form and then jumped back and changed into his new bird form.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Next is Hollis. No, Galaris, sorry.
Galaris is like what I see Dr. Glade attempting to do as he pulls out rope from his bag. So Galaris is going to communicate to Arium and make some hand signals. That's like part of how they make plays. Where she like chases, I guess, like not exactly mock, but like is trying to like antagonize and tease the hawk, but like carefully enough that she's like controlling the situation towards this agreed upon spot, the tip of Dr. Glade's tree.
Excellent.
And I want to ready I have like some. Yeah, I want to ready my sling to attack the bird if it is getting too close to Arium or Dr. Glade.
Excellent. In that case, we will move to Hollis.
Cool. So I'm up in this tree. Are there any like creepy crawly? Are there literally any creatures anywhere in this tree? Any living creatures like bugs or something?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, why not? You find a bug. You find a beetle.
Cool. So I've got this touch of death thing where
You can
anytime
kill something and take its health.
Wow.
Can that count for this little beetle?
It can. Let me just quickly find a beetle. Giant fire beetle is as small as I can get. So you can have a giant fire beetle. Yes. You kill it with your attack and take its health.
Incredible.
I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, that's the intention.
Well, so how does it work? Does it make some kind of throw?
It just says when you reduce a creature within 5 feet of you, 0 hit
So you
points,
attack the
gain-
beetle.
Yes.
So make an attack roll against the beetle.
All right. Shit. What do I roll for that?
whatever you want to use to kill the beetle.
I'll use my little turtle claws.
Great.
How do I roll an attack?
You
I don't quite remember.
It's d20 plus your proficiency, and then if your turtle claws have their own little pluses or minuses.
Oh shit! I need my sheet.
That's on the computer, right?
Fuck. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so I can't connect to, but my laptop isn't dead. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Sorry. Just have it pulled up. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Boom. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I roll.
We're
and
here.
I-
We're in. We're back.
I roll and I add my
Mitch is
proficiency
here.
bonus.
Yeah.
No, it's still not on, but it's like the laptop's not dead, so I still have the sheet. Okay, so roll and add the proficiency bonus. Oh god. So that's a total of 4.
4. You miss the beetle. You punch the tree. What was the original roll?
2.
A 2. But you don't fall out of the tree or anything. You just you punch the tree really hard and swear because it hurts, and the beetle flies away.
Well, I tried. I'm gonna
Pretend it never happened.
I'm gonna hope that nobody saw it. And I'm gonna use a bonus action to dodge.
Jesus saw it.
Not in this motherfucking universe.
Dr. Glade is next.
So I'm still, Dr. Glade's still hanging from the bird's legs. This time he will reach into his satchel, pull out his rope, and do his best Boy Scout knot around the bird's legs, and then let go of the other end of the rope and let it drop to the floor.
Beautiful.
In fact, no. Maybe he'll. It's a bit high. Will he? No, it's too high, isn't it, for him to drop?
You could descend down the rope.
Yeah, why not? I'll give that a go.
That's sufficiently sort of degrading for the eagle at least. Grand. Yeah, you've tied his talons together quite thoroughly.
And I'll wrap my foot round the rope and lower myself down.
Beautiful. You descend to just below the eagle.
And in fact, if I've got any movement left, I might, holding onto the rope, run around a tree a couple of times.
Yeah, you can do that. It doesn't take any movement to descend a rope. You just
Yep.
fall quietly, slowly. So you run around the tree a few times
Yep.
with your
And then brace myself.
beautiful. And the eagle is next, and the eagle is going to see what you're getting at and attack you, dive down, with its great big claws and its great big beak. First is 14 to hit.
14. Sorry.
And can Ariam help since she's kind of circling and?
My armor
Been
class
trying to
is a
distract him.
14. I can't remember if you have to equal or beat.
Yeah, that would be a hit, but let's
Okay.
think about this. So remind me, Gentry, what Arian's helping thing was? Just keeping an eye out?
Yeah, she's just there, ready to distract or
Cool.
run
So
into
let's
his
do this
eye,
then. Let's
go after
do
his eye.
that Ariam shrieks and warns Dr. Glade at the last second, so the
Okay.
eagle roll with disadvantage and with it for its first attack. No surprise is given. So let me roll again. That's a 19. So we're going to stick with that 14 in the
Yep.
first place. And that's 8 points of damage. As it
How many?
bites you. But you can use your uncanny dodge, can you not?
I missed how many you said, sorry.
8
8.
points.
Yep, I'll use my uncanny dodge.
As it passes, however, it is going to rake you with its razor-sharp talons for a 23 to hit.
Yep, that gets me.
A dirty 23.
Yep, that gets me.
That is only 5. points of slashing damage from this bird. And Thalen is next.
Thalen's determined to turn this eagle into, or this form into a pincushion.
He's very good at it.
So, a natural 20.
That's pretty bloody good.
Surprise, surprise.
Well
Oh, it's
done.
my first natural 20 for a while. Only 6 points of damage.
How many?
6.
6.
Don't
Is that
f-
double already?
Don't forget you double it for a crit.
Oh, so it's 12 then.
You doubled the roll, but not the bonus.
It's 9.
9. Thank you. That's good. Cheers. Gularis is next.
Sorry if my audio keeps falling in and out, guys. I'm trying to still.
It's
figure out what's wrong.
been quite the evening, so don't worry about it.
Galaris is going to. So the bird is attached to the tree. Hasn't taken any damage, but it's tied to the tree. So Galaris is going to use his whip to like try to. It's like an Indiana Jones whip, so it's pretty long, and try to get onto the other leg of the bird, so it has even like less.
Purchase, yeah.
Yeah. But, you can say no because I realize I'm saying this late, Alex. I won't be upset. Can I like climb up the tree first and then use my whip so I'm like closer to it? Because my whip is 25 feet, 30 feet.
You can stay on the ground and still reach it.
Okay, cool. What kind of roll? I don't really know what kind of move
It's
that
an
is.
attack roll. If you're trying to like pin it, it would just be a standard attack roll.
Can it be it can't be like a grapple?
Yeah.
This is more of me
you would do
understanding.
that,
Yeah.
and then he would contest it.
Okay. But a grapple, I'd like have him under control, sort of.
You would have him restrained. That's right.
Yeah. Let me do that. 17.
Yep, you get him around the other leg with your whip.
You're trying to keep him held for easy targeting for the the very talented bowman.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's all coming together. Hollis is next.
So I'm 20 feet up this tree. How far is the bird from me?
It is about 20 feet from you, sort of laterally.
Okay. Could I like leap out of the tree and attack it?
You could try.
Okay. What do I gotta roll to do that?
Let's see here. Actually, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions if you don't mind. Thanks very much.
I'm imagining a like Ninja Turtle /
What's-
Mario Kart type like turtle spinning out of the tree in its shell to knock the bird out of the way.
What's your strength score, Bailey?
My strength score or modifier?
Score.
16.
How tall are you?
5 feet.
Do you have Step of the Wind?
I do have Step of the Wind.
Without a running start, your long jump is 16 feet horizontally.
Oh shit. Okay.
So you would,
But with Step of the Wind.
with Step of the Wind.
Oh, with Step of the Wind. Okay.
Without it, it's 8 feet. So you would still miss.
Well, then I'm gonna climb. Then for my move, I'm gonna climb 20 feet higher, get 40 feet up this bitch.
Go Pythagorean on their ass.
Do we have any bugs up this high in the tree?
Oh, you're looking for another bug. You find a small sparrow.
I'm gonna attack it.
Tweet, tweet.
Alright,
You're a monster.
D20 plus my proficiency. That's gonna be. God damn it, 11.
Let me see what this small bird's
With small
armor
mammals
class
and
is. I can't imagine it's going to be particularly strong.
How do I add more numbers to my attack roll?
Would you say 11? It's a 12. So
Shut the fuck up.
you miss, and the bird flies away.
There's gotta be a way to become more accurate with my. Okay, well then, yeah, as my fucking bonus action, I'll like. I'm not gonna spend another key point. Whatever. I'll fume as my bonus action.
Excellent. You seethe quietly. Dr. Glade is next.
So now I've wrapped the rope around the tree. I guess I need to tie it off, so I'll do that as my action
Yep.
for this turn, and then maybe use my bonus action to hide around the other side of the tree just to avoid an attack.
Beautiful. Yep. You nimbly tie a little knot, and you hide behind the tree. No rolls needed. That's fine. Thank you for your service. Thalen.
Is the bird? Does the bird get an action, or is it a bit tied
Bird.
off?
Oh, sorry. The bird's not dead yet. You're right. The bird does get an action. The bird is a little lower, a little more restrained.
Yep.
So it's going to use its strength saving throw, or strength check, I should say, to try and. Well, it's not that low. It's not half in the ground. To try and break free. It wants to break free. That's a 10, which I imagine is not sufficient to break your finely crafted whip, Gentry.
My whip doesn't really have.
You just make a strength check.
Oh, I just make a strength check.
You see if you can
Oh,
hold
like
on to
not
it.
break. I thought you meant like break my actual whip, not my.
No, you just want to see if you can hold on to it.
Yeah. A 3, so I don't hold on to it.
You don't.
Probably
So it's
so.
still bound by Dr. Glade's rope, but your whip has fallen free. It's now Thalen's turn.
Can Thalen be
Achoo!
again?
Listen, consistency can be key.
Thalen rolls 21 with extras, so
21 is a
Okay.
certainly a hit.
and 5 damage.
5 points of damage. Excellent. Thank you. Galaris.
It's got to add up at some point.
It's looking, this eagle's seen better days.
Thalen's wondering how many more arrows it's going to take.
He's reaching into his quiver and he's like, what? No? Gentry? We'll come back to Gentry. Hollis.
Alright. Now that I'm 40 feet up the tree, can I leave?
Yes, you can. You can jump down onto the bird.
Do I need to use Step of the Wind to do it, or no?
You do need to use Step of the Wind to do it.
The bird's lower as well.
That's
You're
true.
higher and the bird's lower.
It's
Oh.
nearly a piece of cake.
Alright, cool. I'll use Step of the Wind. Here we go. And yeah, I'll leave and attack it.
Go on then.
The attack roll is going to be 9.
That's unsuccessful, I'm afraid. You miss.
Well, can I get in another strike as a bonus action?
You could try. Let's see if you get the strike in.
Let's see if I get the strike in. So this one was a 10.
That's also insufficient.
So I just sort of leap and like
You
squint.
leap down, and you land on the ground with your staff in hand or your claws, and you go, "Hoo-ha!" And you just like you do some beautiful martial arts moves, like you're a yellow belt in a kid's karate class, but they're in the air.
Damn it.
And the bird sort of blinks and looks a little confused.
Well,
What are you gonna do? You know. Next in the order is. Do we have Gentry back?
I am back.
Hi. You're next.
Tabletop simulator. Galaris is going to throw one of his daggers at the bird.
Okay.
It's a 7 to hit.
It's insufficient. But thanks for playing.
His heart wasn't in it because he doesn't actually want to hurt a bird.
I
So he just really
understand.
didn't.
You say no more, really. You know, it's almost too cruel to put him through it.
Yes.
Dr. Flay.
Dr. Glade will draw his bow and shoot the bird.
Great. Seems to be catching.
Will I get sneak attack? Is it? I can't figure out if I'm behind it or will it know? Will it see me?
Moment. Oh, Hollis will be. So yes, go on.
Okay. Oh, a crit.
That's not bad at all, is it?
So that is 20 in total for the sneak attack, and then 12 on top of that, so 32.
Wow.
That is 32 points of damage.
Yep.
Grand. Your arrow pierces true as it sinks into the bird's breast, and the eagle is felled. Anu reverts to his human form and struggles to his feet, looking haggard, to say the least. And with a final roar of defiance, begins to sprint towards the party.
Does he have the rope around his legs like the bird did, or what happened there?
He does, but as he sprints, his footsteps become heavier, and he transforms into a huge woolly mammoth with gargantuan tusks, and his newfound bulk. It's caught in a tree. And his newfound bulk breaks the flimsy rope, attempting to hold back his charging mass. And Thalen is going to need to make a dexterity saving throw as the mammoth charges.
Cool.
With an 8, I'm afraid that the mammoth is going to make a gore attack against you. And he gets a critical hit. That's a 30 to hit.
Ow.
And so that's going to be, oh dear, that's going to be 53 points of damage. I assume you're unconscious.
Thalen puts his bow down on the ground and
And
everything else.
quietly has a nap.
Yeah.
Mammoth. Just put the mammoth right on top of you then. Great. Next in the order is, well, you actually. So why don't you make a death saving throw?
So how am I doing one of these? What is it,
This
just
is a
D20?
pure D20, straight up and down. We actually have
Yeah.
a comically sized D20 on the table for just this purpose, called the Big 20 if you'd like it. Or you can roll a dice conventionally, but no modifiers, just straight up and down.
So this one here.
That's the one. Give that a shot. Where's it gone? There it is. What is that? A 9. So with a 9, you failed your first death saving throw, but luckily you get 3 of those before you die. So we'll come back to you in a moment.
Okay.
Gularis is next.
Mammoth. The mammoth is faced away from us, like running out of the forest. Running from where we
You're in the
came.
thick
from
of the forest.
is
He's just
this.
running towards more trees, but obviously.
Hollis is over there. How close do I have to be? Galaris is going to cast Sleep
On the mammoth.
on the mammoth. Correct.
Okay, I believe you roll a series of dice and see if you reach the sufficient hit point value.
Right. So I'm reading how that works.
I think it's 8d8, isn't it?
5d8. That's what I'm like kind of. I'm trying to understand how the hit point part works. So what it says is creatures within 20. So roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points creatures this can affect. So starting with the creature that has the lowest hit points, each creature affected by this spell falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage. So when I get it, my 5d8 gives me 9.
9. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Don't mock
the
me,
mammoth has more than
God.
9 hit points, so it does not fall asleep.
Okay, that's how it works. Okay.
Sorry. But Hollis is next. Hollis, look, you're standing right next to this huge thing. You
Right.
watched trample your comrade.
Lovely. We love that. We love, we laugh, we live. I'm gonna I'm gonna climb this tree.
Sure.
So I guess that's 20 feet.
Yeet.
And then can I move again if I use it as my action or no?
You can climb the tree, and if you have movement left, then yes. Or you can
Oh.
take a dash action and double your movement, and then you just don't get an action.
Oh, then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just climb 40 feet up this tree.
Cool. I thought your movement was. Oh, because of climbing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Good work, team. Yeah, you're up this tree now. Dr. Glade is next.
Dr. Glade will, from his vantage point, I think just use sneak attack with his bow again.
Cool.
I've just realised, Alex, at level 5 I got an extra attack that I haven't been using, so
Oh, well, you better make use of
I'm
it
going
then.
to start making use of that.
Was it your cunning action?
No, just an extra attack.
Oh, beautiful.
So short bow with sneak attack. 17.
17 is a hit.
Okay, 15 from sneak, 7 piercing, so 22 in total.
22 points of damage.
And then I'll shoot again. This time with 24, so that's doing 21 damage in total.
Beautiful. He's on a roll, ladies and gentlemen.
And then I'll use my cunning action to stand behind the tree and hide.
It's a time-proven tactic. Let's see if it pays off. Next is the mammoth. The mammoth is going to wheel about and charge at Galaris. Galaris, that's a 26 to hit.
D6 to hit, and I cannot dodge. I'm just checking to make sure I can't do anything. Well, it hits me. Yes.
Yes. That is 29 points of damage, and you are knocked clear to over here. Please make a strength saving throw.
10.
10. You are also knocked prone. Are you still alive?
No.
Oh, well then, job done. Next is Thela. Oh, yeah, second death saving throw, if you please.
Alex, I have a question.
Yes, hello.
What happens in a campaign when you inevitably kill all of your players in one session?
We start a new campaign. You can roll that again for me, there, Mike, because that, if you hit R, it will actually roll it. You don't have to, like, toss it across the table. Or you can try and roll it. It's just that easily roll. 13, that's a pass. So you are 1 up, 1 down. First to 3, whichever it is. And yeah, Gentry, let's cross that bridge if we ever come to it, you know?
Okay.
It's never happened to me yet, so... Galaris, you're next. Roll your first death saving throw.
I got a failure. A 3.
Cool. Then sit tight. Hollis.
I'm gonna... Is there, like, an action I can do to, like, help revive somebody, or no?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check to try and stabilize them. You might not necessarily be able to heal them like a healer could, but you could, you could apply yourself to be able to stop them from actively dying.
Okay, I like it. I like it when people aren't actively dying. I'm going to just... I'm assuming it doesn't take any kind of action to just, like, let go of this tree and fall, right?
Nope, you could fall straight down. Your monk thing means you don't take as much falling damage, is that right?
Correct, yeah, like safe fall. It's like... One second. Scrolling down. Reduce any falling damage I take by an amount equal to 5 times my monk level, which is 4... So yeah, so I can reduce
20
my falling
points.
damage
It's
by 20.
1d6 for every 10 feet you fall beyond the first 10, 40 feet, 3d6. Maximum of 3d6 is 18, so because you take 20 max, you are fine. You fall.
Sweet.
On the ground.
So yeah, I'm just gonna, like, let go of the tree and slowly fall down to my friend. And I guess an action to do a medicine check?
It is an action to do a medicine check. A full action.
Cute. Okay. So let's see. Oh, 7.
7. With a 7, you. I mean, it sounds like a failure. It's a 7, but I don't know if it's straight up and down 10. One sec. Stand by. Stabilize or revive a drowning creature. Oh, you're not drowning. Stabilize the dying. 10. No. You do not stabilize the dying.
Okay, and I'm guessing I still have a move left, right? Since I just like let go of a tree.
Yep. Falling is not movement.
Great. I'm gonna let go of the tree, try and revive him, and be like, let me come back to this, and climb 20 feet up the tree again.
BRB. Thanks. Bye. She's into it. Dr. Glade's next.
Dr. Glade will rush forward and try and heal Thalen with his healer's kit, which, if I remember rightly, let's check. Have to Google it. Sorry, I've forgotten.
You're fine. You get 1d6 plus 4 hit points back, plus a number of hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice.
So you're level.
That was Phelan, not Galaris.
Oops. Done. The Lord giveth and he taketh away.
And then I'll use the rest of my movement and my uncanny action to go hide behind this tree. See ya!
Sorry, what was...
Brave Sir Robin ran away.
No, I didn't!
Ran away, bravely ran away.
I didn't!
How many points did you get back there, Thalen?
1d6 plus 4, and then plus...
Plus your level, yeah.
Plus your level.
That's my level.
Yes.
Okay, so I get 10.
Beautiful. Next in the order is the Mammoth.
So you reviving me just to get knocked down again?
Yeah,
I get knocked down, but I get up again. Chumbawamba features heavily in this particular. I should put that on. The Mammoth is not trying to charge for Thalen staggering to his feet, but for Dr. Glade. He charges over, and there's a tree in the way, and he charges, and he falls slightly over onto his side, and he. This is very difficult on a two-dimensional screen with a I need VR headset for this. There we are. And he runs straight into the tree, and Dr. Glade needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh. $18.
An 18, you say? With an 18, you manage to dodge out of the way as the tree falls over. The Mammoth has felled the tree, and you nimbly dodge behind a different tree. But that tree is that tree is no more. Next in the order is Thalen, the newly revived Thalen, with a very large and very angry Mammoth next to him.
Sorry, I was on mute. Thalen's going to do the sensible thing and climb a tree, and presumably I can shoot arrows.
It seems to be the order of the day.
Yeah. So Thalen's going to climb, sort of 20 feet up the closest tree, and then again do one of the arrows that he likes so much.
Beautiful.
And it's a 14.
14. 14 is a hit. It's a large target.
Okay. And it's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Thank you. Galaris, make your second death saving throw, please.
13.
Hey! Hollis. Hollis, you've just seen what this mammoth can do to trees. What do you do? Oh, we lost her.
I'll come back.
Are you? Wait. Were y'all
We
talking?
can hear you, Bailey.
It's you, girl.
Hello? Hey! Oh, I heard something different. Okay, it's my turn.
You're the only turtle bitch up a tree.
Bitch. Okay, cool. Can I? I'm 20 feet up the tree. Can I jump onto its back?
Say that one more time.
I'm 20 feet up this tree. Is it possible to jump onto its back?
Yeah, why not?
All right, here we go. I'm gonna leap, land on this motherfucker's back. Do I have to roll anything for that, or?
No, it's a pretty big target. You can just land on it.
Cute. And I'm gonna start just scratching away at it.
Beautiful.
Just sinking my claws into this flesh. Here we go, baby boy.
In
All
it
right.
goes.
So
I'm
that's
into
a
it.
so that's a 10 to hit.
A 10 to hit. Okay. That's a make it with advantage because you're on its back.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much higher. That's 20.
Well, that's a hit.
All right. And I'm rolling a d20 and adding proficiency bonus for attack, right? Like that's it.
And your strength score, or your dexterity score, depending on whichever one you're adding to that.
Wait, what?
Girl.
No wonder I haven't been hitting shit. Okay. Well, oh, okay. That's why then. Okay, so anyway.
Damn, so Hollis is like finally waking up amid the
Hollis is like, girl, I'm sleeping.
I've been groggy. Okay, well then, alright, in that case, I'm gonna roll for damage on this first one then. So that's gonna be 5 for the first attack. And then...
And the second attack.
Do I want to use my last key point? I don't want to use my last key point. I'm just gonna make one other attack.
Cool.
So I roll, I add the proficiency bonus, and I roll my...
Your strength, if you're punching things.
Okay. Got it. Cool. Then that's going to... Well, God, and I rolled a 3. So that's going to be 5, 8. That's going to be 8 to hit.
That's insufficient, I'm afraid. But you don't forget to do it with advantage. You're on its back.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so 8 plus 5 is what I'm doing. Okay. 13 to hit.
13 to hit. With a 13 to hit, you hit.
Alright, and damage on the second one is going to be 2 plus 3, 5.
Another 5, so 10 total. Brill. Thank you, Dr. Glade. The healing blade.
Dr. Glade will sneak from around his tree and take another 2 shots with his arrow.
Go on then.
First one, is a 23, so I'm guessing that's a hit. Doing 18 damage.
Brill.
And the second shot is a 25, doing 23 damage.
Brill.
And then I will use my uncanny dodge to... Not uncanny dodge, what's it called? Gives me an extra action to go hide around this tree.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent. The mammoth is going to try and buck Hollis off.
Alright.
Strength, Hollis. 20 plus your strength.
Say that again.
Strength check, please.
Ah, got it. Okay. That's gonna be a 10.
So you are thrown from the mammoth. It is then going to try and stomp on your little head,
Oof.
Well,
and that's going to be a 19 to hit
yeah.
for 27 points of damage.
Yeah, so I'm unconscious.
Great. So you just hang out. Cool. Cheers. Thanks. Galaris is next. Galaris, you know what to do.
19.
That's excellent. We'll be back with you in a minute. Hollis, make your first death saving throw, please. 1d20, no modifiers.
And I'm gonna use.
You can use the fuck off big one on the table if you'd like. I can make
there's
it
no
bigger if you
question.
want.
Oh my god! I'll use it at its current size. It's R, right?
R to roll. $17. Not bad. That's a success. So you hang
Oh
out.
yeah.
Dr. Glade.
Do I get an action?
Yeah, wait, where have you gone? Say it. Go ahead. Go now. I don't know why. I'm not sure why it skipped you. Go ahead.
I get a 24
That's absolutely a hit.
for 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage it is. Excellent. So, thank you. Dr. Blade, if you would mind.
So, Hollis isn't on the back of the mammoth anymore.
Hollis is now under the mammoth's hoof.
Oh, so I don't get sneak attack now.
Or I suppose mammoths don't have hooves, they have feet, but there you are.
No one else is in melee with this mammoth.
Unfortunately, only Thalen is currently conscious and he's up a tree.
Thayden trying to get into the tree with his
Scrambled up
character.
it.
Well, very difficult to place the character in the tree.
It is. That's why I didn't bother trying.
I think Dr. Glade will move to here. Shoot. Once again. This time getting an 18. Doing 18 damage.
18 points of damage. So, with that, brought low for the last time, the dying god is ringed by a litany of ancient and long extinct creatures who live now only in his wild domain, this final corner of primordial Padme. The avatar of the hunt, now successfully hunted, gives you a curt nod of respect and expires quietly. Dr. Glade is reminded of his charge by the king.
Yes, I am, and I'll just consult my notes.
And the weight of the box in his possession is
Yes,
felt
I
in
feel it throbbing. Don't I have to cut out his heart or something like that?
Indeed you do.
But first of all, I'm going to go help my friends and use my healing kit there. So I'll help Hollis and Galaris. So 1d6 plus 4 plus your. And then I guess Dr. Glade will roll up his sleeves, get out his scalpel, and Hollis, my dear, would you mind just mopping my brow while I do this?
I'm just gonna kind of give him a look and, he brought me back to life. I'm gonna find the nearest sleeve and just kind of
Dab it.
I'm gonna half-heartedly dab his forehead like a couple times, and then just kind of like drop the leaf.
Thank you. And yeah, I like to imagine you doing that as blood's spurting out everywhere as I'm making these.
As it like gushes out.
Yeah.
You hold the quivering, warm heart steaming from the carcass of this now dead god. And remembering the king's instructions, you smear the chest with this divine blood, and it unlocks, and we place the heart, huge heart, inside and lock it away. And the heart of the dead god now locked safely within the chest. The world around you begins to shake. Thunder on the ground, a rattle in the air, and suddenly you're caught in a stampede of mythic proportion. Mammoths, giant sloths, quadrupeds, huge flightless birds, and their aerial cousins, all running away as fast as they can from a vast and encroaching darkness. Dr. Glade recognizes this oblivion from his fight with Layden, the river god, and knows that it will swallow anything in its path as the now dead god's realm collapses into nothingness.
So we're like if I heard right, the forest that is, we didn't like step exactly through a portal. We're running through Gluengale's forest, and I assume the darkness is moving towards Gluengale's forest from where we came.
No, the other way. It's chasing you back towards Gluengale's forest.
Right. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah. So I think it would be so magical if among these animals, Galaris is searching and is remembering how excited he was to see a unicorn, and now how excited he is to see mammoths and dinosaurs and giant sloths, and is like filled with excitement. And is searching for one to grab onto.
Yes. What do you want to mount of these megafauna?
Is there a unicorn in there?
There's no unicorn.
Not even like a primordial unicorn?
There's like the precursor to a unicorn, which is sort of a four-legged hoofed thing with a horn, but it's not your ideal unicorn. It's not like a fairy tale unicorn.
Is it glittery though?
It's not quite glittery as much as it's like iridescent. It hasn't evolved to glitter yet.
Okay. Still pretty soaked, so Galaris reaches out and grabs onto its mane to try to mount it. And
Can Dr. Glade grab your forearm like Predator's handshake style and hop on the back too?
Yeah, you're up there too. Hollis, what are you jumping on?
Seems a bit of an ordeal, but well, just whatever runs nearest me at the time. What just happens by?
You hop on the back of a huge moa bird, a giant flightless bird.
A bird.
And you ride it like an ostrich.
Can do.
And Thalen, what's your preferred method of transport?
Well, Phelan's definitely going to try and climb onto something. He's being distracted slightly by a really pissed off sparrow who was attacked earlier.
There are people there too?
And it's still hanging around, but yeah. If there's a deer or something similar.
Yeah, there's a huge
running.
Oh God, don't talk to it.
There's a huge elk, like an ancient elk, and you jump on the back of this elk, and you all ride for your lives as quickly as you can through the brush, keeping pace with these other frightened animals as they run. Crashing through the woods, you begin slowly to recognize more modern plants, and eventually some of the whimsical touches at the edges of the heart of Gluengale's woods. And with a final yell, all four of you make a final leap as the darkness brushes the very edges of your cloaks, and you collapse, panting in a heap. Your mounts yipping and wheeling off into the woods. Wheeling around, you see only common trees and the odd magical creature, just as you'd expect. The stampede of these ancient ilk continues to rampage deeper into the woods, and as you look up, you see Gloomgale. He has an odd look on his face. He says, "It is a pity that Anu had to be brought low, but I am pleased that the Fuloi Forest can enjoy its original residents once again. Come now, time is short, and we must get you to the edge of the forest before my spell is complete."
Valaris is like looking off longingly at the forest and the fauna, realizing he's not going to be able to come back to it, and there's all these new creatures to protect and discover about. Gloomgale, can, once your spell's done, is there any way to come to this forest afterward? Like, where exactly is this forest going?
The forest will go where the wind takes it. You can find it if it wishes you to.
My unicorn wants to see me again. I guess, like, ready to follow Gloomgale out of the forest.
You all begin to walk back towards Hoda's house, and where before the woods had tangled or led you astray, they open wide to allow you to pass as you walk with Gloomgale. In time, you reach the edge of the tree line, and he asks you to take a step back, and as you do, he places a hand upon the earth. A shimmering green light begins to twinkle underneath his hands, and then, faster than a shot, the light streaks out in both directions, illuminating an enormous magical circle beneath the earth. At the same time, the shimmering light spiderwebs and snakes its way into the heart of the forest, navigating the system of vines Gloomgale had been laying for just such an event. All is still for a moment as the magic takes hold throughout the massive woods. And then there is a small tremor beneath your feet, and then a slightly larger one, and another, and the earth begins to quake and crack and shake so violently that you can barely stand. The water sloshes over the rim of Hoda's basin, and the earth itself splits in two at the shimmering vines circle. Imperceptibly at first, but then with noticeable speed, the entire forest begins to ascend. Miles upon miles of trees, dirt, plants, animals, and rivers all slowly lift themselves off the ground. As the trees head skyward, and just before the ground rises past your vision, you can see two figures standing within the trees. The taller is a huge and hulking figure with a forest of antlers and the delicate fronds of a willow tree covering its mossy face, the lord of the forest. And at his right, you see Neil, beaming and waving before the dirt rises too far, and they disappear from sight. Hoda emerges, and you see the rest of the village running to the edge of the forest as it picks up speed. Eventually, it clears the ground entirely, and you get a sense for the scale. The ascending forest has left behind an enormous crater, 50 miles across. The earth slowly stops shaking, and the wind dies down as the forest gains more and more altitude, and the stronger winds aloft begin to carry it off towards the north. It disappears into a bank of clouds. Gloomgale, looking very pale, smiles at you weakly, his life's work complete. May this new world be yours, as the old one was mine. And he grows still and becomes paler and paler until he is entirely snow white. And then, in a gust of wind, he dissolves into an enormous cloud of dandelion seeds. Caught by the breeze, they are dispersed to the winds, and you stand alone now in front of the former forest of Feloy.
Very cool. There's Dr. Glade standing downwind, unfortunately, there, and gets a few in his face. Well, that's quite the hole.
Glorious kneels down and picks up some soil from within the crater. Puts it in his bag.
Well, I've seen anything like that before.
No, I imagine not, Hodor. No, I don't think anyone in this realm has seen anything like that before.
This is a giant water basin you've got to expand your business through, huh?
By gum, I think you're right. Someone get me a hose.
You make an incredible fishing lake, Hodor.
Fish, and I'm making the world's largest washer basin. I hereby claim this hole in the name of Hodor's Washing Services. Hey, you there! And she toggles off. Get back away from my hole!
Glorious pulls a few coins out as an early investor to Hoda's expanding franchise.
And Dr. Glade, now Hoda, you've been very kind to us and offered your home and shelter to us. I'm good friends with the king. I will make sure he's aware of your new enterprise here, and perhaps you may have another investor.
Oh boy, well, watch a woman by royal appointment would certainly be a boon.
Alex, so that's the first of the 7 Archons killed.
Indeed it is.
So I guess we need to go report that back to Pukeface, the king.
You do need to go head back and report it to Pukeface.
So I guess I'll explain that to my companions that we need. That's. I guess I asked your help in this mission. I need to return to Notus. You're welcome to join me, and but also free to go your own way. It's I couldn't have done it without you.
You can go your own way.
But if you return with me to Notus, I will ensure you're handsomely rewarded by the king for your involvement in killing Anu.
Well, I'm quite a fan of rewards, alright.
Laris is curious about the other animals that they might see. And she's really, really into this throwing the forest off of the face of the planet so that humans can't get to it. So any other forests he can help get off the face of the planet, he's ready for. So he signs up to go to Notus.
Yes, well, I'm long overdue of visiting my home forest. Perhaps once this business is done, you would join me on that, retracing my family roots.
Literally, yeah. Let's do it.
So I guess we need to take the airship back to Notus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you collect your airship from outside Hoda's. It's been well looked after, and you ascend. You head out from Hayton to the short. This is only a short jaunt into Notus. Now, Dr. Glade realizes he's coming back into Notus. Where are you going to park your airship?
I would imagine there's some kind of.
There's a skyport, but
Skyport?
when you left, you didn't have one.
Say again, sorry.
There's a skyport, but when you left Notice, you didn't have an airship. You went to a military base that gave you a ride, right? Remember? So you're sort of pulling up without a parking spot, as it were.
Can we just pull up to Puke Face's like balcony?
Well, consider also that Puke Face doesn't know you have one. So a strange airship rocking up to the royal palace is likely to get shot down.
So there must be some kind of procedure, like in like seafaring. If you arrive, that like a harbour master that you need to speak to arrange docking and.
Captain, this is your airship,
In Skyport, Notice, and you're directed by a series of flashing lights and flags, and you're brought through into a dock in short order. Adam, I know I was just reading through some of our old notes from the old campaigns, and we did a lot of flying about, so I know you're familiar with Adam's procedures. And your devil's demise, and you dock, and the harbor master or one of their attendants approaches and says, "How long would you like the dock for, sir?"
48 hours for the time being, perhaps longer, perhaps shorter.
And,
but
what name shall I put down on the registration?
oh, it is. Do I know this person? I guess. The
random harbor attendant.
Well, I just think. I guess I'm a doctor of the poorer areas. I suppose he perhaps wouldn't live there if he's got a good job.
Yeah, good point. You might have seen him in passing, I suppose. To see, like, he's been around the harbor. He's a working class kind of gent. You might have found an aunt or an uncle of his.
Yeah. I'm Dr. Glade, and I'll mention my practice name.
Marjorie recommended you. Said you were very helpful with for tow.
Oh yes. I must follow that up. See if that recipe did work.
He looked concerned that you wouldn't be sure about that, and hands you a docking slip, which you will redeem at the end of your stay and pay the charges. And you're free to go. There's a taxi service back into town, a carriage service.
Okay. Well, I guess if everyone agrees, we'll. What time of day is it? Are we well rested from the flight, or?
It's a short flight. You've definitely had a short rest to recover you can spend your hit dice, but there's also, I don't have any other combat encounters planned for this evening.
I think. Do you think we go straight to the palace, or like stop?
Dirty and covered in god blood.
Well,
yeah.
I think between you and me, I think that might increase the price of your reward. Look at the state of us. I guess.
Yeah, and I imagine like the palace would like post us as Dr. Glade's assistants.
Oh yeah, I'll vouch for you. I guess if we turn up all clean, it may look like a doddle.
We should go straight to the palace then. Check in.
Yeah, you turn up at the palace gates, and the guards don't really know what to make of you. State business.
Yes, we're here to see the king. Tell him Big Nose is here.
Right.
He'll know what I mean.
Wait right there, sir. Just wait right there, if you would. Thank you. He disappears inside the gate, and there's an interlude in 5-10 minutes. You're waiting, hanging out, and then the double gates swing open wide, and you see Usur Montu, the Grand Vizier, riding on the path, of the main entrance through these great pylons, these great structures as they head up to the royal palace. And his arms are open wide, and he says, "Welcome, welcome home, brave conquerors."
And I introduce Uzaman to my colleagues. This is Galaris, Thalen, and Hollis. Please ensure they're well looked after. But we must see the king immediately.
They are welcome guests of His Majesty, the King. We shall bring you immediately into the royal chambers for debriefing. Please follow me. And he sweeps with a great whirl of cloak. He wheels on his heel and he strides back towards the palace, and you follow. And there's lots of bowing and scraping as he passes the guards and others. And not a second glance is given to you. And he leads you through into an elegant a sort of sitting room. There's a large fire and some sumptuous couches and seats and things. And a footman, resplendent in his uniform, comes in and lays some towels down over the couches before you sit on them. And Usurmantu gestures and he says, "Please wait here. Is there anything that I can get for you?"
Something to eat and drink. We're all ravenous.
Very good. And he says, I shall fetch His Majesty at once. He will be most pleased to hear you have returned. Please excuse me. You shall be fed and watered appropriately. And a young man, another footman, but a younger one, a junior footman, appears at the door and takes your order, whatever you want, absolutely anything. It will be prepared for you by the royal kitchens. What do you order?
Something with meat.
Certainly, madam. What kind of meat would you like?
Got any
I
mammoth?
just kind of peer. I just kind of peer at whoever asks me, and I say, "Put some greens next to it as well."
Yes, of course, madam. Right away. Thalen, what would you like?
Well, Thalen's knows when to eat and makes the most of the opportunity, so he's going to order literally half a cow.
Of course, sir. How would you like your half cow prepared?
Into reasonable chunks, and barely seeing the heat, but served with some
very good.
served with some very crispy potato wedges.
Would sir like to pick his own cow?
I think that would be a little bit too much. No, I'm happy. Just whatever your best cow is.
Of course, sir, as you wish, sir.
And a flagon of your finest ale.
Naturally, sir. Excellent choice, sir. Galaris, what would you like?
Galaris would like. He really misses the stew from the mountain giants, the storm giants, when he was staying there. So he asks for stew from that region, which is the closest approximation since the storm giants have left.
Sukian stew. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. And, doctor?
Give me whatever the king has had today.
Of course, sir. His Majesty has enjoyed some fish.
Oh.
You're a cat. How do you not like fish?
I was nearly murdered by a giant godfish once there.
Fair enough.
I'll have the...
Certainly, sir, surely, sir, would then be gratified to see it dead.
No, I'll have the other half of the cow.
Very good, sir. Would the doctor like to choose the cow then?
No, I'll let you go do that.
Of course, sir. Very good, sir. I shall return briefly. And the boy vanishes.
Can I quickly take him to one side, actually? That's it.
Yeah.
You know who my father is, don't you?
Of course, sir. You are well known, of course, sir.
He's not around, is he?
No, sir. The elder Dr. Glade has not been seen in court for a few days.
Oh, good. That's all.
Thank you, sir. And he disappears. And you're left on your own for about 15 minutes, maybe 20. And then the food arrives, and an entire roasted cow is wheeled through the doors with some plates and cutlery, and a chef de cuisine with a tall, great round belly and a long white apron and a big tall hat comes through and begins to carve it for you. A cauldron of soup is placed in front of Galaris, and Hollis is given meat with greens on a plate and is not told what kind of meat it is, but it's beautifully prepared. And everyone is given lashings of ale and wine, and when you've all eaten and drunk your fill, it is wheeled away and the table's wiped, and His Majesty the King strides into the room and says, No, don't get up, I know you've only just eaten.
Galaris wasn't
No.
going to get up.
Puke face!
And he slaps him on the back and stagger a little bit. He's quite strong. And playfully sort of a bit. And he says,
Yeah, I smack him in the balls.
He says, turn victorious with your hunting.
I guess I'll introduce him to my new friends, covered in meat and grease. I imagine as they stuff their faces.
Yep. And he says, I like a team with a good appetite. You chose wisely, big nose.
Yes, but at a cost. And I explain, the number of times we nearly died, and regale him the entire story. The giants, the lightning storms, the mammoth, the saber-tooth.
Fascinating. You always did have a nose for trouble, Furball.
Ha, very funny, old friend. And I throw him the box with the heart. Catch!
And he catches it nimbly. And he looks at it and he unlocks it and he opens it. And you can see that inside the box, the large and meaty heart that you put into the box has dissolved away, and all that remains now is this sort of opalescent seed in the center. It's sort of a dancing green and blue, and it's about the size of an avocado pit.
A magical avocado pit.
What?
It's a magical avocado pit.
The magical avocado pit. Yeah, absolutely. And he says, I can't tell you how pleased I am to see this again, Doctor. To have the demiurge's pleromic power, even a portion of it, back within my grasp, to be able to assimilate it, and to be one step closer to ending the Archon's cycle. I have you and your friends. He looks as everyone's sort of wiping bristle off their chin. To thank.
There's one other person you need to thank. There's a certain washerwoman called Hoda. Yes, she was. We wouldn't have been able to do this without her. I want her to be taken care of, looked after. She's a simple woman. Don't only what she wishes. I don't. If she wants to continue her simple life, then so be it. But I want no harm coming to her.
You have
Send
my word,
someone to
Furball.
protect her.
She will be well looked after by this crown. And we shall discuss riches, reward, vast and plentiful, as promised. Shortly. But first, if you don't mind, and he pops the magical avocado pit into his mouth, and he swallows, and he stands there and shudders and shivers, and then he hunches over and groans in pain, presumably, and you can see these dark lines spreading throughout his arms and his legs and up his face as he moans and groans. Perhaps one of you reaches out to see if you can help, but he throws a hand out and insists that you stay back. And after a short time, he silences himself and he draws himself back up to his full 6'3", and he looks pale and a little more gaunt. It's clearly taken a toll on him, and he says, "It is done now. I must rest. But Usurmantu will see to your rewards, and Doctor, friends, we shall be in touch when next we hear about the next Archon that requires your special services."
Like, staring at Dr. Glade for like an explanation. I'm very confused, knowing that like I imagine his elf knowledge would like impart some that like eating the seed of a god isn't like how you defeat gods.
Yeah, I'm rapidly trying to read my notes. Why is he eating that? Would Dr. Glade know from the original brief of the mission?
He had always mentioned that the Archons that he's mentioned have stolen power away from the one true God.
Yeah.
And so he, as this avatar, this helper, that he said that if you could return the hearts of these Archons to him, he could send the power back, as it were. But he never really mentioned how that would be done, and he's just demonstrated that the way that that's done is that he has to eat the god in order to send the power back. So that's what's just happened.
Right. I think you've cut out there, Alex.
No, did that completely go?
I presumed, and then you cut out.
You presume that was the case. You presumed that this was him returning the power.
Right.
Did you miss the whole thing, or just the end?
No, just the end.
Cool.
So, like, can we say like Dr. Glade explained that to Galaris, but Galaris like very suspicious of any human who's like doing something that's in that might give them more power, and it's dying to go research more about the Archons and how they can be used.
Usurmantu appears and says, His Majesty is resting now, and informs me that you are to be handsomely rewarded. Doctor, you'll be pleased to hear that the first of your new hospitals has been constructed.
Excellent.
Perhaps I can arrange a visit, a walkthrough with you.
Oh, yes.
Very good. Your new friends are not the ones that you left with, so our previous arrangement would be no longer required. Perhaps we can discuss new terms. Madam, and the Vizier approaches Hollis. A nation thanks you, and you have a king's ransom in gratitude. What can the crown do in your service?
Can I just cash this in at a later date, dearie?
Certainly.
I've got no immediate wants, but, well, if I have a whole nation behind me.
You have 6 Archons yet to fell, and so you shall have our thanks continuously until the task is complete. Please only speak it whenever we are in touch. Only speak it, and we shall do what we can to realize it.
In that case, this meat is wonderful. Do you have any more?
That one is on the house, and more meat is brought through for you.
Thank you, dearie.
And you, sir, and he approaches Galaris.
Galaris would like to first, commission armor, or meet with the armorer to talk about getting armor for his bird. All expense paid by the crown, please. Thank you. And then he would like to talk to the Grand Menagerie.
You were underwater for a second. Try again.
He wants to talk to the grand keeper of the menagerie.
Yes.
In the palace.
Yes, I tell you what, actually, we were anticipating that a gentleman would want a large shipment of goats as well. Are you interested in those? We seem to have too many goats now.
Where were they intended for?
One of your previous, before you showed up, one of Dr. Glade's previous attendants wished to be, what was it, Doctor? Lord of all goats?
Yes, Lord Goat.
Lord indeed. And so requested, I think, something like 300 goats and some land outside of the city to rule over, and so as king of goats. So we have all these goats, and I'm happy to introduce you to the royal zookeepers. But if you had any wish for a goat,
We'll take one goat.
we shall have it sent through to your preferred place of residence. Just the one?
Oh no,
Are you sure?
I want the goat. No, the goat. Bring the goat to us now.
Oh, now? Oh, you wish for a goat now? Fine. It will be with us in a moment. Are you sure? Just the one?
Just one. Just one.
Fine. And you, sir? And he approaches Thalen.
Well, I think my comrade, Horace, I'd like to ask for something on his behalf, if possible. Information on unicorns. Is there any secret archive or any information that might be in the palace as to the whereabouts of where unicorns might still exist?
We shall search through every book, compile a report for you. The royal archives are at your disposal in the subject of unicorns.
That's very kind. Thank you.
A goat is presented to Gularis. It is a very handsome goat.
Flies over and jumps on its back, and Gularis strokes Arium's neck and excitedly starts murmuring about unicorns and the possibility of meeting one to her. Try not to show how excited he is.
Brilliant. In addition, if I may, my lords and ladies, in addition to all of our fabulous gifts and gratitudes, His Majesty has asked that I give you a small consideration, a token, if you will, and so has acquired for you a large townhouse here in Notus for you to call your own, with rooms and chambers for all of you. It's fully staffed, of course, won't require any maintenance, and it's decreed that all of you are henceforth to be dubbed sirs and dames appropriately. Well,
Fuck yeah.
thank you for your service to our great crown. I shall now take my leave. You may stay and enjoy the food for as long as you wish. The footman will call a carriage and take you to your townhouse if you wish, where you will be looked after. And please, we will call upon you there whenever we are able to uncover the identity of the next Archon. But there is no guarantee how long that may be. So please entertain yourselves and enjoy yourselves. We shall reach out in the fullness of time. Thank you again, and excuse me. And Usamantu bows and leaves. And you enjoy yourselves for a time. You play with the goat. You eat a cow and some soup. I feel like Galaris gets like a little doggy bag of the soup as well. Alice smuggles some meat into like a pocket of her shell so she can have it for later. And you are shown out into the courtyard. You're put into a carriage, and you are taken to your new townhouse, which is in a very nice district of the city, very shishi. And it's a large sort of terraced townhouse. It's on 4 floors. And it's nicely furnished. It's very tasteful. And there's a cook and a maid and a butler, and they'll look after the house for you and cater to things as you may need them. And you don't have to stay there. You can use it for whatever you want, but it's at your disposal now. And there waiting for you are your letters of patent, the certificates, royally sealed certificates marking you as Sir Gularis and Dame Hollis of the realm. And that is where we'll end for this evening.
That was awesome. I feel like we've just formed this League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The superhero name.
We're all kicking off. So it was very brilliantly done, well done on defeating Anu. Next time we'll have an interlude. I don't know that we'll dive straight into the next big thing because it might be fun to do a little dicking about for a while. But do consider before we do any of the projects next time, we'll give you some downtime. I'm thinking maybe a few weeks, a month. So just think about what you might want to do, either in notice or out of notice, for about a month with your time. There's lots of rules if you're unfamiliar with them. There's lots of rules on downtime. I'm relatively unfussed by some of the harder rules, but there's lots of things that you can do. You can work on skills and gain extra proficiencies. You can start a business and make some money. You can just lounge about, do social stuff. Have a look at the rules online, but ultimately don't feel like you need to be limited by them. And there's no wrong answer. So just think about what you might like your characters to do for the better part of the month, and then we will we'll sort of bring you all back together for whatever's next week. But we can talk about at the beginning of the session. We can talk about what everybody's been up to.
Thanks, Alex.
Cool.
How much XP from today?
That is an excellent question, and I almost forgot. Thank you. Everybody take 3,000 points of experience.
Damn.
Ooh. Nice.
That's what you get.
On the weeks that our characters missed, we shouldn't take XP because we didn't get to participate, right?
But you were all here this week.
Right, I just mean for the last.
Yeah, if you're not here
Sessions.
to be in the fight, you don't help in the fight, so you don't get XP for the fight.
Wait, how much did we get for today? It was 3,000?
3 grand, my dude.
Lovely. And when do you go up to the next level?
What level were you, or are you?
I am Monk 4.
So I think, was it 5 to 6 or 4 to 5 that you were telling me about earlier, Mike? 4 to 5. Level 5 is achieved at 6,500 experience points.
Cute. Okay, cool.
Stuff. If you did happen to level up, which I know at least one of you did, then please do your leveling up between now and the next session. Bedtime for this guy. Thanks, everyone. That was a fab sesh.
Yeah, thank you.
Play again soon.
Good night, everyone.
Oh yeah. Night, Joe. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.